Hi, my name is Nikki Tygeson, and I am the Regional Digital Coach for the Far Northeast. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make a spotlight activity in Seesaw. So we'll start by adding a new activity. Going to Add and Assign Activity, and underneath My Library, we'll choose Create New Activity. And we'll just give this a simple name. I'll call it Spotlight Activity. And then you'll want to type in really good instructions for your students, as well as maybe adding voice instructions or multimedia instructions. Those are always great, but we also need to add a template. So we're going to do that and choose Drawing. This is where our students will be working. So we'll use the text box to put in some simple instructions. I'll just say, use the spotlight to find your math problems. And we'll size it so it takes up less room. Maybe really size it down. There we go. Okay, put that up in the top, and then we'll make a little arrow that points at the spotlight we're going to make. So we'll do that with shapes. Make it kind of big here. Make a nice red color. And then we'll use a shape also to create our spotlight. Okay, oops, I accidentally did two. Okay, so here's our spotlight. We'll make it spotlight color, kind of yellowish, and that takes care of our instructions for now. I might make this just a tad bigger. There we go. Okay, so all of our math problems will fall below this, and so we'll want to put each one on a separate shape. I'll go in and grab a rounded rectangle for this, make it a pretty blue color. And then I want to duplicate this for as many math problems as I'm going to give. So a shortcut for duplicating is going to be Command D on a Mac or Control D on a PC. So I'll just do that a few times to get the number of math problems I want to give. Okay, and so I'll just do 7 math problems for now. Okay, so this takes care of the sort of the background of our assignment. It's best to think of this activity in layers. So what we've just created we'll call our background layer. Now the spotlight needs to float above that background layer. So we want to go in and choose the spotlight, choose the 3 dots, go to order, and bring to front. And now you can see that this is floating on top of everything else. So now we kind of have a background and we have the spotlight that's on top. And then the math problems that we're about to put in are going to go on top of that, so that when we move our spotlight around, it's going to reveal the math problems. So the next thing we're going to do is go to the text box, and we will size it down so that it fits better on one of these shapes. We want to change the style of the text box, oops, so that it looks a little different. We want to choose the 3 dots, and we want to go to the style and get rid of the border. And then we will type in our math problems. I'll just make it a quick little 2x2, 2+2, move it on top of our first shape, and then we want to adjust the color so that it's exactly the same color as our blue shape so that it becomes invisible. So once we do that, we can take it off so that we can see what we're doing for the rest of these, and I'm going to duplicate those with that same shortcut, Command D on a Mac, Control D on a PC, and I'll make 7 of these, 1 for each shape. Does that take care of that? Nope, there's 7. Okay, so then I'll go in and just make these the math problem. Okay, once we have all of our math problems typed, we're going to put each one of them onto a shape. Okay, and to test out our spotlight now, we'll just move it around and make sure that it's revealing the problems, and sure enough it is. Now the last thing I would recommend that we do is lock everything that doesn't need to move around. Sometimes students can inadvertently move things around and it kind of spoils the fun in this case. So we'll grab one more rectangle. This is a nice little shortcut to know anytime you want to lock your background. I'm going to grab a rounded rectangle and cover everything on here that doesn't need to move. Then I'm going to change the style of it again to make it transparent so that all we have is just the border here. But we want to change the border color to match our background, so white in this case. And then lastly, we want to lock our rectangle. So this is now locked. You could try to move things around, but it won't let you, which is great, and the spotlight still works. So that is how you make a spotlight activity in Seesaw.